Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Audi Q8 2020 with the Prestige package. So the Audi Q8 comes with a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. It's I believe the 55 TFSI model. And that comes with about 335 horsepower and about 369 pound-feet of torque. It does 0 to 60 in about 5.6 seconds, and its top speed is limited to about 130 miles per hour. The Audi Q8 can tow about 7,700 pounds, so it's great for towing, boats, things like that, bikes, small little off-roading vehicles, or other stuff that you might need to tow. It has an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission. It's not that great in Sport Plus, especially when you leave it in automatic. It kind of fights with you and is always trying to figure out what gear it needs to be in. Even when you leave it in manual, it doesn't really allow you to upshift or downshift when you want to. It'll kind of just do it for you, which is a little annoying because the whole point of having a manual setting is for you to be in control and for you to take care of the shifting yourself. The drivetrain, it comes with Audi's Quattro system, so it does have 4-wheel drive, and you can feel it. It is great in all weather conditions. We've taken this car to the snow, performs great, no hiccups, no anything. Even when we do hit black ice, the car stays composed. It's pretty heavy, so the weight and the 4-wheel drive kind of allows us to approach ice and snow and other terrains relatively easy. Ground clearance, you have about 5.75 inches, so not too much ground clearance, but it's enough to get you over small obstacles that you would face in fire roads, snowy conditions, gravel, anything like that. You're pretty much good to go. Curb weight is about 5,000 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a car, maybe not to today's standards, but just in general. And that kind of brings up the question of what kind of life expectancy can you get from brakes. This just has basic steel brakes, nothing too crazy. It's not the SQ8 or the RSQ8, which would have probably the option for carbon ceramics, but those are super expensive, and I don't even know if it would be worth it for a car like that. Or for a car like this, I should say. It does come with Audi's S-Line package, which is just, you get nicer trim. Looks like we have some piano black trim here, along with wood paneling as well. And you do also get the Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is pretty great. Obviously, we can't test it or demo it due to YouTube's copyright agreements, but it's a great sound system nevertheless. Audi does have one of the most complex MMI systems. It's really great, but at the same time it can be a little overwhelming and complicated as well. You have a full digital dash as well as 2 touchscreens, which you can see here. This is the MMI system. It's one of Audi's, I would say, pretty universal pieces. That's one of the good things about Volkswagen Group, is they can just switch in and out different components of different vehicles, and that the quality is going to be pretty good. It does have this haptic feedback touch, which I personally do not like. I actually got rid of that, and you're pretty much good to go with just the clicks. You can connect your mobile devices, play music. It's going to have your radio stations here as well, and if you just go home, it'll give you your basic Outlook. It'll give you your music that's playing or radio that's playing, your phone, as well as some navigation options. You can swipe to the right and you'll see different menus and screens that you can go into to customize the vehicle a little bit more, and just other stuff here as well. And then if we drag this down, I'll go there. And if you go down here, you do have a whole climate control that is fully controlled by this screen down here. You actually do have heated and cooled seats, which feel great during the summertime, especially when it's hot. And you have multiple drive modes that you can go ahead and select here. Right now we are in dynamic, but it's super easy to switch. You can put it into comfort. The car loosens up a bit. Everything is a little bit easier to control. You do have an off-road option, but it's not really that great because this isn't really an off-roading vehicle. You're not going to be climbing rocks or anything like that, or going through any difficult trails, but it is a pretty good car nonetheless. Again, we do have the wood trim. We have the piano black interior trim here as well, and you have a really nice air conditioning layout here as well. It goes a really smoothly across the whole cabin of the car, and I think it's a really nice detail here. Now, as far as driving impressions go, it's a very smooth car, especially at low speeds. It feels great as a daily commuter, grocery getter, running errands. You have a lot of visibility due to the high clearance. I feel like most auto manufacturers these days are accommodating the requests, or at least the American request, of you know, crossovers and big SUVs. You feel very tall in here. You have plenty of space. It seats 5, and if you go to the back seat, there's plenty of space for your other passengers in the car as well. And then on top of that, the hatchback gives you a lot of trunk space as well, which I feel like you couldn't really get if you were to get you know, like a large luxury sedan. These Audi Q8s are usually priced around $80,000 after they've been fully spec'd out, and you know, if you add some options to it, which I feel like you kind of have to. You know, these Audis are very uniform. They're very they tend to get this bad reputation of being these boring executive cars, but if you spec them out properly to you know, fit your daily needs and be a comfortable car, they're actually quite customizable as well, as far as you know, color layouts, seating positions. You actually get 2 saved seating positions. You can create profiles when you turn the car on that can automatically set your mirrors, your seating position, even radio stations, stuff like that, to your own preference. So you can have multiple drivers, and everyone will be comfortable with their own profile setting with this car, which I think is, I mean, I know that there's multiple vehicles that can do that nowadays. It's not really, you know, we're not really breaking new grounds here, but it's nice to have, especially if it's your daily driver, if you're going to be commuting a lot. This does actually have radar guided cruise control, which is pretty great, especially when you're sitting behind slower traffic. You don't really have to be engaging the gas or brake as much as you normally would. And even though the car weighs about 5,000 pounds, it's actually quite agile, especially in comfort mode. If anyone has driven in Southern California, they'll know that the roads here aren't that great. They're actually, they're pretty poor. I'm not exaggerating here. There's just horrible infrastructure as far as public roads and public transportation and everything like that. But you know, if you manage to leave this car in comfort mode, you glide right over all bumps, expansion joints on freeways, you know, potholes, etc., etc. Once you put it into dynamic, things change a little bit more. Your throttle response gets a little bit more aggressive, and it responds to you a little bit better. The brakes get a little bit more bitey as well, and yeah, it turns into a completely different car when you change those drive modes. But regardless, it's not a sports car. A lot of people will think, you know, just because you have a high-end executive car or a luxury car, that they're all going to be able to perform. And don't get me wrong, although this car does have a little bit north of 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, it can move. It's more of a momentum car. It's not really you know, a 0 to 60 in 2-point-something seconds car. It's going to be great for, like I mentioned, if you have kids, or if you want like a big SUV for your daily driver. It's incredibly comfortable. I have the AC seats on right now, and it's just, life is good, you know? And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how the car does up in the canyon. We're gonna put it in manual mode now, so see if it upshifts. Okay, it doesn't. A lot of body roll, but it feels a little bit better now that it's in manual mode. It felt really muted while we were in automatic, and we were allowing the computer to figure everything out. Shifts are buttery smooth. You don't get any kickback. It's not as smooth as let's just say like PDK, but still pretty good for a CVT. Great turn and no understeer whatsoever. No drama. We caught up to the Toyota. Hopefully they let us pass. You can definitely hear the V6, you know, revving up and singing. It's a bit throaty. I kind of like it. Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you. The canyon gods are in our favor today. Ooh. Oh, you really feel that four-wheel drive working when you're turning into the corners here. Ooh. We gotta slow down a bit because there's bikers. There we go. Share the road, people. Share the road. That goes for both sides too. There's a lot of bikers who feel like they own the whole world. They're the worst people. Scum of the earth. Ooh. Even in these tight turns, I don't have to do more than like a full overhand turn. It's explosive. I mean, really, you're looking for a gear and you turn a corner and the car is ready with the gear for you, and it's so smooth, and the power delivery is just so linear. Biker. Oh no, it went out of manual mode. How interesting. Looks like if you keep it on the gas without allowing the car to upshift or downshift, it'll just go back into manual mode, which is a real big pet peeve. It's like, hey man, just leave it in gear. I know what I'm doing. You know, you can't see what's in front of you, even though you have 100 cameras all over the place. But regardless, doing very well. Ooh, big shove, big shove. A little over the line here, but we're clear to go. There's no cars coming, there's no traffic. Ugh, did it again. It did it again. It switched out of manual mode and went back into automatic, which I find just irritating. Especially if you're trying to scratch that itch of, you know, performance drive. It's just, the car just doesn't deliver that, which it's heartbreaking because I feel like it delivers everywhere else. Well, there you have it, folks. The 2020 Audi Q8 Prestige package. Great family sedan, great crossover vehicle. Get the best of both worlds. It's a little sporty, very comfortable, very luxurious. Should you buy it? I don't know. If you're in the market for a luxury sports sedan, I mean, you have this, you have you know, BMW's or not, I would probably say the X3 and X5, both right around the same size and probably price points. And there's a ton of Mercedes SUVs that can also fit, you know, everything that you're looking for. But I don't know how this car is going to be in the long run, whether or not it's going to be reliable. But as far as leasing the car and being first owner, it's a great car to have, and I'd highly recommend it. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Instagram and YouTube, Final Drive Media. Like and subscribe. Every subscription helps. And I appreciate everyone who's coming back to watch my videos. Anyone who has subscribed to the channel already, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And, you know, hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one.